Hello, my name's Eddie and this is the latest Subaru Forester. And in today's video we're going to be looking at the various aspects of the Forester, from its performance to its exterior design, interior comfort and technology, and most importantly how it drives out on the road. This 2023 Subaru Forester continues the legacy of this well-known compact SUV, offering practicality, ruggedness and safety, which has become popular for us here in the UK, aimed at those seeking a reliable, family-friendly compact SUV with off-road capability. This Forester maintains Subaru's core attributes of an all-wheel drive system, high ground clearance and a robust design. So let's take a look at some of the exterior features of the 2023 Subaru Forester. The Forester retains its functional and distinctive look. It's not all about bold features and a curvy design. Instead, it focuses more on a solid utilitarian design which reflects its off-road capabilities. The front end features Subaru's signature hexagonal grille, flanked by these sharp LED headlights with an aggressive but yet friendly stance that gives it an approachable but rugged appeal. In terms of size, the Forester is a compact SUV, measuring 4.6 metres in length and 1.8 metres wide, which is relatively standard for its class. However, its boxier shape and its high roofline make it look very spacious, especially from the side. We get with the Forester either a choice of 17-inch alloy wheels on the entry spec trims, or on this sport model that I have from Subaru this week, we have these 18-inch gloss black alloy wheels. We get a nice rugged design down the side, this textured effect plastic that you find around the bumpers, grille, mirrors and around the tailgate and across the bottom here. We do have this nice orange trim which breaks up the colour and goes really nicely with this blue. Roof rails, and again with the accents of the orange. And then as we go towards the rear, we have a boxy, solid, utilitarian looking rear end. We have a nice wraparound roof spoiler which has a third level brake light, this plastic trim as I mentioned around the side and the front, which also carries on across the rear of the bumper with the orange trim. Nice LED tail lights and obviously your e-boxer, because this is the typical flat 4 boxer engine with a hybrid setup, which we'll talk about later on when we get it out on the road. So that's the exterior design. Pop a comment below and let me know what you think to the looks of the latest Subaru Forester. But for now, let's jump inside and take a look at what the interior is like, practicality and technology. Inside, the Forester offers a roomy cabin with plenty of space for passengers and luggage. With seating for 5, the rear seats offer a ton of legroom and lots of headroom, which makes it ideal for families and those that regularly carry adult passengers. With ISOFIX points on either outer seat, centre armrest with 2 cup holders, which I do like. It's pretty simple, but they have these little rubber flaps that help to keep your drink in place. Down here there is 2 USB-A sockets, vent for obviously heating back here, and mat pockets on the back of the seats, both seats, and with a decent sized door bin with space for a bottle also. The cabin's materials, well, not luxurious, they have that real feel of durability to them and easy to clean, so it's perfect for families and those that have an adventurous outdoory type lifestyle. One of the Forester's standout features though is its luggage capacity, with 509 litres with the rear seats up, which is competitive in its class. Really wide opening and pretty much no load lip at all, just adds to the Forester's practicality. And with flat folding rear seats adding more to that practicality, you have a cavernous space of 1,779 litres for if you need to carry any larger items. There are tethering hooks and mounting points everywhere in here. We have one at either side of the boot opening. We have these on either side. There is two, and then there is another two on either side towards the back of the seat. And then we also have tethers on either back seat too, just adding to that practicality. One thing that I have found really useful is the placement of the interior light in the boot. Rather than it being on the side here, Subaru have placed it actually inside the boot lid. So when I've been up late evenings when it's getting dark, up at the farm for our horse, I've been able to sit down, get my wellies on in perfect light and being able to see what I'm doing, which is really handy. So I take my hat off, if I had one, to Subaru for that feature. Up in the front, the seats are really nice and comfortable. They're nicely bolstered. They have electronic adjustment, so you can get a really good, comfortable driving position. We have height and reach adjustment in the steering wheel. We do get some good reach adjustment, but there's not so much in the height. But you can still get a comfortable driving position. And the way the seat is laid out, you get a really good commanding view of the road ahead. You get really good visibility in here, thanks to these thinner A pillars, where the seats are, and the B pillars, and even the C pillars are not that chunky, so you still get a good view around. But with the reversing camera, there is a camera on the passenger side door mirror, which comes up on this little screen up here, and along with rear cross traffic alert and blind spot monitoring too. You know that visibility is pinpoint. The Forester's interior's main focus is on comfort and functionality rather than opulence, which aligns nicely with the Forester's no-nonsense practical ethos. In terms of technology and the infotainment though, the Forester is well equipped, but it's starting to feel a little bit dated. Comes equipped with Subaru's Starlink infotainment system, which includes this 8-inch touchscreen display. The system includes wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so you can seamlessly connect your device and happily use navigation, music and various apps. While it is functional, the interface can feel a bit dated compared to some of its rivals such as the Volkswagen Tiguan and Kia Sportage. The system is responsive, but it lacks some of those flashy, more cutting-edge features that some of its competitors have. However, it's still easy to use, the graphics are clear, and it's easy to navigate and intuitive, which is more important for many drivers. I will admit one thing that has entertained my inner child is this little screen up here, where using the info button on the steering wheel, you can cycle through a variety of views and different menus. And I've been having fun with, obviously, I don't know what they call it, but obviously it measures the descent angle and incline angle when you're going uphill or downhill. Yeah, I'm a bit childish. I've been quite entertained by that and seeing what sort of percentage angle I can get on an incline or a decline. In terms of safety, the Forester comes with a variety of safety systems, a standard, including Subaru's EyeSight suite, which includes adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, emergency braking, and lead vehicle start alert. These systems are highly regarded for their reliability and contribute to the Forester's strong safety credentials. Overall, a very practical cabin with 2 cup holders, decent sized door bins with space for a water bottle, a full-sized glove box, sunglasses holder and storage in the centre armrest, with a removable tray which is rubber lined for non-slippiness, and also little areas for coins and change, which the centre console armrest is nice and spacious. It's carpeted bottom to stop things from slipping around, and the armrest itself is nicely padded and comfortable when you're on a long journey. Down here we have two USB-A charging ports and a 12-volt socket. Lots of physical dials and buttons, which is really great to see. I'm not a fan of everything being controlled through the infotainment or even some touchscreen panels. Yes, they're less fiddly than in the infotainment, but it's always nice to have a nice knob to grab hold of. So that now leaves us with one thing to find out about this Forester, and that is to take it out on the road and see what it drives like. One of the defining characters of the Forester is its symmetrical all-wheel drive system, which comes as standard across all trim levels. This makes the Forester an ideal candidate for those that are wanting something that will do everything, that will carry the family, that can cope with poor weather on our UK roads, as well as where I am now, down a few muddy trails. Under the bonnet you have the renowned famous Subaru 4-cylinder flat 4 boxer engine, but it's no typical boxer engine like you used to find in the older Forester or the Impreza. No, this is a e-boxer. It is a 2-litre flat 4 petrol engine which produces 150 brake horsepower and around 194 newton meters of torque, along with a little boost that you get from the battery pack and the electric motor. It's not a slouch, but it's not fast either. It does 0 to 60 in 11.4 seconds, but it does have a towing capability of 1,860 kilos, obviously brake towing weight, so that's perfect for if you have a boat, a caravan or even a horse box. In terms of its off-road capability, it's absolutely fine and perfect for those muddy trails. I've been down one today, and obviously just to see what it's actually like on a muddy trail, and it's absolutely perfect. It's got good traction, it's got good ground clearance, the suspension is really nice and soft, it doesn't throw you around, and it's not jittery, which is obviously really good and obviously a plus point of the Forester, because not many other cars in its class can actually do this. Well, this engine setup's not overly powerful like you find in some of its rivals. It offers a really good balance of power and fuel efficiency, with WLTP figures claiming around 35 miles to the gallon. Throughout my week with this Forester from Subaru, I've actually achieved over 38. It's been floating between 38 miles to the gallon and 40. And I've done a variety of mixture of obviously driving conditions. Like this morning, while I'm filming this review, I've been out on a muddy trail, using it around town daily with the family, which has proved to be absolutely fantastic practicality wise. And then a few longer journeys down some dual carriageways. And it is relatively quiet. You do get a little bit of tyre noise at higher speeds on the dual carriageways, and a little bit of wind noise from the wing mirrors. But other than that, it's quite a quiet, relaxed drive. The 2-litre flat 4 is connected to CVT transmission, constant velocity transmission, which obviously gives it a smooth power delivery and also helps to contribute to the Forester's fuel efficiency. Now, in terms of driving dynamics, the Forester caters more for comfort than a sporty, fun, enjoyable ride. The ride is very comfortable, and the suspension does a great job at soaking up imperfections in the road. Whilst the Forester doesn't have the sportiest handling, it's composed and easy to drive, with a really light steering feel. It's easy to drive around town and also out on the country roads and dual carriageways. The all-wheel drive system offers impressive traction, both on the road and on the muddy trails, but it doesn't feel overly harsh on the road. As I've mentioned about the fuel efficiency of the Forester, it is relatively fuel efficient when compared to other petrol-powered SUVs in its class. Whilst it might not be the most efficient in its class, such as the Toyota RAV4, but it is up there and better than some of its rivals. With prices on the road of the Subaru Forester starting from £33,000, I don't think that's too bad. For the amount of practicality you get, Subaru's renowned reliability, I believe a 5-year warranty, you know you're going to be onto a winner. Running costs are relatively reasonable for the segment. The insurance group of the Forester is moderate, and Subaru's reputation for reliability means lower long-term repair costs, especially compared to some of the brands. Another good thing the Forester has going for it is that Subarus hold the money really well, which is a plus point for buyers that may be looking at future resale values. Subaru is known for prioritising safety, and this latest Forester is no exception. As well as I mentioned Subaru's EyeSight suite, safety suite, the Forester comes with a passive amount of safety features, including multiple airbags, reinforced side structures and stability control systems, along with 3 driving modes, which is a full electric EV mode, which will cruise you along, especially around town, at speeds of less than 25 miles an hour in pure electric range, depending on how much charge there is in the battery. There is an I system, which is pretty much like an eco mode, and then there is S for sport, which obviously improves the throttle response, sharpens up the steering feel, and just gives you a bit more pep from that 2-litre flat 4. The Forester has been awarded a full 5-star safety rating in the Euro NCAP safety rating, which for potential families looking at safety as one of the top priorities when they're looking to buy a new car, that's really good for the Forester. I've just found it so very easy to drive. You do have a very good, comfortable driving position. Everything is really easily accessible, so you're not having to reach for certain buttons and features on the infotainment. The steering wheel controls are nice big chunky buttons actually, and they're actually relatively easy to use under the thumb. As I mentioned earlier on when we took a look around the interior, the visibility is excellent, as well as having a reversing camera and the little camera that's on the passenger side mirror, which comes up at the top screen on the top of the dash. One thing I have found though is when you do actually go to accelerate quite harshly, the engine does get rather noisy, which, to be fair, a lot of cars these days are like that, especially the ones mated to a CVT transmission. I'm the type of guy that does enjoy a bit of a spirited drive, and I wouldn't say that the Forester is anything to write home about fun-wise. It's peppy, don't get me wrong, but it's no sports car. Not like the old Forester with the equivalent WRX setup that you used to find in the Impreza. The 200 plus brake horsepower 4-cylinder flat 4 turbo. But in terms of an everyday family car and commuter, it does it very, very well. So all in all, the latest Subaru Forester is an excellent option for those who want a practical, safe and reliable SUV that's equally adept at handling day-to-day commuting, school runs, daily family life, as it is at tackling off-road challenges such as muddy trails, farms, pretty much things like that. It's particularly appealing to those that value all-wheel drive as standard, good ground clearance, a strong safety record and spacious, practical interior. Whilst it may not be the most exciting or modern choice in terms of its styling and its technology, its durability, efficiency and off-road prowess really do make it a solid contender for buyers who need a versatile family car that can handle a variety of conditions. The Forester should be pretty high up on that list. But for those seeking a solid, dependable, rugged SUV with great all-round ability, the 2023 Subaru Forester still is one of the best in its class. And with an updated, refreshed Subaru Forester coming in spring 2025, I'm excited to see what that's going to be like. So please do let me know in the comments what you think of the latest Subaru Forester. If you do like new car reviews and other automotive content like this, please do consider subscribing to the channel. If you like this review with the 2023 Subaru Forester, please do give it a like, give it a share. It all really helps out the channel. So until next time, I'll see you later.